Daar staat hij. Mark Slats, hij is er. Ongelooflijk. Wind van blad eraf. Hij zegt, ik zie er waarschijnlijk anders uit.
Okay, it's going. Good. Sorry. Sorry. Hey, all. Ja, hij zat met zijn moeder te knuffelen.
Logisch.
Ja, zijn moeder.
Ja.
Hij staat met zijn ouders. De reunie.
Ceux qui ne sont pas journalistes, s'il vous plaît, passez derrière pour laisser passer travailler les journalistes, merci. Avancez, s'il vous plaît, avancez là-bas. S'il vous plaît, laissez passer les journalistes. Ceux qui ne sont pas journalistes, derrière, s'il vous plaît, laissez passer les journalistes. On va essayer de rentrer plus, on va essayer de rentrer plus, laissez passer les journalistes, s'il vous plaît.
Daar komt de champagne.
Come on, Mark! Make a nice one! Make a nice one! Yay! Yeah, baby!
I need it, yeah. Sorry guys, I need it. I got my lens.
Hij ligt aan de steiger. Mark Slats, gefinished in de Golden Globe race. Hij heeft zijn familie in de armen gesloten. En daar zit hij. Ja, het ziet er goed uit.
Another one?
You're rolling when you coming in.
Yeah, it was rolling all day actually.
Yeah, you look good. What about the beard? Didn't you have a razor or something?
No. Oh, I cut it a few times, but I thought I'd leave it at the end.
Yes, no scissors.
No scissors. No cutters. No mirror.
You're all no scissors. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So, okay, Jean-Luc asking some questions. Come on. Ah, you can do the commentary.
That's in French?
Well, whatever. It's up to you. No one's asking questions.
So first, I am very happy to welcome you.
And what was the hardest day?
That was the day with when Abelish and Gregor got out of the race. That day was the hardest day for sure. Yeah, yeah.
And I saw my antenna, my VHF antenna, and the wind vane on top of the mast is completely broken because I capsized.
Yeah, mine was bent too.
Is okay. It seems
Yeah,
okay.
no, but I bent it back. The wind index was bent like
Yes.
this, and the wind was like this as well after that storm. But I went in the mast and bent
And you
it.
repair it.
Repaired, yeah,
good.
yeah.
I don't go on top of the mast. I have enough with the first spreader.
Yes, I don't like it too.
Yeah, I
One
don't like
time.
too.
I went up twice actually in Hobart, but then it's easy, and then at sea one
Ah
time.
yes, you do that in Hobart.
Yeah, no. I did it at
At sea.
yeah, south of Australia when it was calm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you talk with Yuku?
Would you?
Do you talk with Yuku Ronma? With the other man, the Uku Ronma?
Oh yeah. Till no, not today. Yesterday.
And is it okay for him for the food and so on?
Oh, he's a bit worried about the food.
He's a bit worried. And what about the water for you? At the end, you.
I had drink nothing today because it was gone.
Oh, come on, have a drink of champagne! He has drink nothing today. Unbelievable.
I stopped making water the 25th because I thought there will be 10 liters is enough
Yes.
for 6 days. But I was today short. I made a little bit of coffee today and then it was finished. Oh, great.
You use some water, some salt water sometimes? For noodles or things like
Yeah, half salt, half
that?
fresh.
Half salt, yeah.
That's what I do from Cape Horn. I start using half salt, half fresh water.
But even half and half
Ah.
is a lot.
It's too much basically.
Yes, it is
One
too
third,
much.
2/3.
Yes, 1/3 is okay, but half-
Even for rice, cooking rice, 1/3,
it's the same
2/3
thing.
it's good, but
Yes.
you use more, it's
I
no
do
good.
the same. I
Yeah.
do the same, but half is.
What do you need the more in the few next hours? What do you need the most
Now?
now? Yeah.
Nah, I would like to have some really good food. I have plenty of food.
Which kind of food would you
Like a steak and stuff like that, you know, proper meat.
Fresh food.
Fresh
No-
food.
No tins.
Yeah, no tins and I
No
had
dehydrated
I had
food.
plenty of food on the boat still. For maybe another 100 days I have food, but
Same thing for me.
all the same, you know. I don't like it. I got sick of
I
it.
know, I don't have all the same. Yeah, I have only 10 miles maximum for all the trip.
Yeah.
So I chose very different miles
Yeah, but yeah.
because yes. Because after that you are bored with if it is always the same thing.
I know.
Always,
I took 5 things and I took 50 of them. So
it is not worse than yes, it was not worse than Robin. Robin took 250 tins of corned beef.
yeah.
He
But you know what
only
he
corned beef.
you know what he took as well? I read he took 50 kilo of sugar.
Oh yes, yes.
I took 2. And I was at the equator, 1 kilo gone, and I'm thinking, oh shit, this is not gonna work.
Did you think you could catch VDH on it?
Yeah, well, you know, it was all about a bit of luck at the Azores, you know, and I went into the high, and I heard later you went around, so yeah, it was. I came really close, but just missed that one little hole, you know, and yeah.
Ah, you know, in one vacation, I don't know exactly when, just before I was in the Azores, you were first of the race during during 4 hours.
Yeah, but it was, but I was not in the best place,
No,
I think.
I know, I know.
But I had no weather anymore, and so I didn't know where to go. I had no weather for 5 days before the Azores, or 7 days before the Azores. I lost the weather information, so I didn't know where to go. You know.
And I still have some friends on the radio who still talk with me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I get friends who accept to talk with me.
Yeah.
Did you have good moments? Did you enjoy this adventure? Or?
Yeah. Very much. Very much.
Very much.
Very much. I was very disappointed 3 days ago when the weather was looking bad, and I decided I go to La Coruña maybe to hide. I was very disappointed. I did not want to go there. And then I talked with a big ship. I was talking with Finisterre traffic control. You know, I said I need to get into Coruña. I have no charts, but could you give me a hand? And I'm all good. And they said, yeah, sure, we'll give you a hand. And then someone on a big blue Agena, I never forget it, he called me. He said, I've worked on tall ships. I've been a navigator on tall ships for the last 20 years. And I've looked at the weather, and I think there is if you go now north again, there's a gap. You can go to Les Sables. I think it will be better. There is not going to be a better gap than this one, you know. He said, so we talked for half an hour. He explained everything. And I think that was one of the happy moments already. Not the happiest.
Yes.
Because I did not have to go into. I did not want to go into La Coruña, and you would lose the moment. You know, you want to go to the sport straight away. You know, and not the. And I sat on deck. The wind was coming from the other side, northwest. I was sitting up there, and I just sat there for 3 hours, wave, because I run along the continental shelf, 10-meter waves on the beam. You know, crashing over the boat. You know, this thing broke off again, and then. But I just sat up there, like racing over the side with my knees, and I just enjoyed it for 4 hours. You know, this was still one of the good moments. And I had, you know, the really good moment was before reaching Cape Horn. You know, it was 60 knots, and everything was perfect. You know, big waves, and I see a fishing boat, and he says, "What are you doing?" I see.
What are you doing here?
He said, "There's no you small boat." He passed really close. He said, on AAS, I see you doing 15 knots. And I had 15 knot wind, still 3 reefs, and the staysail up front. I put the staysail, take it off here, put it up front on the pole, but it was all under control. There was nothing. The waves were good, you know. Everything was good. Sometimes it happens that it's all good, you know. But not like today. It's all shit, you know. Waves from every direction, but. At Cape Horn, it was all good, you know. The waves were coming with the wind. It was all perfect, and
In this case, the waves are coming from anywhere.
everywhere. Right? It's unbelievable.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. It's
So you think that they are coming behind, but no, there is
Yeah.
some are coming.
and then last night the wind goes to the east to southeast, and the waves are still from the behind.
Yes.
So the boat goes down, 7-8 knots, whoosh, boom. Jibe, tack. Then I tacked 10-20 times maybe, and I have to go outside, turn the boat, and it's raining, and every time the boat just surfs off the waves and just goes into the wind. And but it was still good. I had a bit of 40 knots today, I think. It was a pretty windy till about that little plateau, you know, the little shallow bit. Then after that it dropped down, and.
You look fine. You look strong.
Yeah, I feel
He
good.
is very strong.
But look, I have a lot of work changing the sails all the time, you know.
Yes.
It would have been maybe better to have a roller furler. I would have looked the worst. Just sitting in the back like this.
Behind that, you know, just rolling that.
I'm always on the front, waves over me,
Yes.
holding on.
You like it?
Yeah,
Yes, but
I love it.
You are very young.
No, but it was good. It was good.
So if you suppose that you start again in 2022,
I was maybe
you change
52,
that.
2052.
Do you change that? Do you put roller furling or not?
It's a thing I think about a lot. I thought about it a lot, and I don't think so.
No, you still like that.
I still like, because you know, the thing is when the wind is shifting,
Yeah.
when there's squalls, you know, I work the mainsail a lot.
Sure.
Because that's the thing. I leave the sail up and I work the mainsail, and then I go a bigger or smaller sail, and I put a bit more mate. But in the storms, it's really, I love it, you know. There's nothing up there. I just put the storm jib up front, and the boat rides the storms easily, you know, no problem, you know. So, you know, it's a bit of, one would be good, but the other would, you know, I don't know what to say. It's really hard. It's a really hard one, you know.
It's easier when you get older.
When you get older, probably yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I chose that because at the beginning I didn't want any roller falling for the stay sail, and I put one because I said no, it's too hard for me.
Yeah.
But sure, if I was younger, I stay like you.
Yeah.
Like Philippe Péchet, he has roller falling also.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, there's quite a, you know.
And when you take a reef, you are obliged to go here to take the reef.
Yeah. Yeah, I just go here. It's no problem.
My reef are coming.
Yeah, I got nothing at the back, but I love this. I love this. I close it up there, and
Yes,
it's really nice. No, but yes, there's a
So
lot
when
of.
do you change the boat if you start again in 2022? In 2052?
When I'm your age.
Thank you, Mark, to remember that.
No. To be honest, small things, you know, small things. I should have had a stopper on this one. I should have had a proper stopper here, you know. Just small little things. You know, nothing really. I would have put the electronics a little bit more away from. Everything got wet in the boat, you know.
Oh yes, I know. Yes, I know that
It's-
everything is wet on the boat.
Yes, and
And you are happy because you have no glass.
yeah,
But I can tell you that when I was training, there was no water inside. But in the south, I had water inside.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I say, oh, what a good idea he has, Mark.
and also when you want to take a little nap, you don't have to close curtains. You know, it's dark.
Yes, sure.
And because at night I don't really, you know, at night I get out a lot, and then at night, most of the time during the day I sleep 1 hour or 2 hours during the day, and it's really nice. It's all dark, you know. But yes, I would have had 2 stay sails, I think, you know. But just a few small sail changes.
You have twin cells?
Yeah, big ones. Yeah, 2 big ones. I use them a lot.
Spinnaker, you use them a lot?
Not as much as I thought I would.
Ah, yes?
All up, maybe I use them 10 days in a row out south of Australia, 10 days straight,
Ah, yes?
and then every now and then I use. But with the twin sails, when it's from behind,
Yeah,
it's light. The wind thing doesn't really even have to be on, you know, it just goes, you know. And but yes, I took 2 Genacars, and I think I should have only taken 1, you know. And so, but besides that, I just changed little things, you know. Just change little things.
French TV, Friends Free, wanted to know what will you keep in mind after this experience, this 7 months experience?
What do I keep in mind? It's a really hard one, eh? Really hard.
It's a hard question.
Yeah, it's. I really don't know. I have to really think about that one. What do you keep in mind? Oh, well, you know, what I really noticed on this trip is the ups and downs, you know, and I'll keep that. I'll remember that, you know. It's been really ups and downs in this trip, and I think Jean-Luc was a little bit lucky in the Indian Ocean, as we were getting really hammered there south of Africa, you know, and getting headwinds. I got 18 days of headwinds in the Indian Ocean, 18 days of easterly winds, you know, and we were getting easterlies, you know, and it was just getting hammered. But you know, but it's so funny that, you know, after, you know, having such a miserable times, when the wind changes, you're happy within 5 minutes, and you're the happiest man on the world, you know. And it goes up and down just like this, you know. And it was really good. We had me and Uku and Susie and in the beginning, you know, everyone was in the beginning. It was all. We were all together. We were all helping each other and motivating each other, and it was really good. it got less and less. But you could really tell when someone's going through a bad time. They were not answering questions, and they're just really, really angry.
You
And
can tell it on the phone.
yeah,
The phone call and you think, wow, you can read between the lines.
yeah. You can probably read with text messages too.
Oh,
All
yeah.
good, all
Oh,
good.
yeah.
And it's shit.
Have you always felt safe during this trip?
No, well, I was really worried, you know, on that one trip. Well, the one time when.
Which time was it?
Well, I got the. We knew we were going to get hammered with 70 knot winds, 60, 70 knot winds. We knew that was going to happen, so we were going south as fast as we can. But Gregor and Abelish were a little bit behind, so they were getting it first. So we said we come on the radio 3 times today, you know, that day, so we can, you know, see what's going on, how we're doing. And then Abelish comes on, and Gregor comes on, and Gregor's lost his mizzen mast, and Abelish has lost his boom. And Gregor was really saying, you know, I don't know Mark, how do you keep the boat to the stern to the waves? You know, I got no idea. But I was with no wind. The center was on top of me. I had 5, 10 knot winds, but massive seas because I just had 40 knots from the northwest. Big seas, 40, 50 knots from the northwest. But I knew the southwesterly was going to come soon, and it was going to be really strong. And then I said, we come on the radio 3 hours later. 3 hours later, I was still in light winds, but no one comes on the radio. So, so then I said, oh, you know, we can give, we're allowed to use the call to call Don. So I called Don, and Don said, yeah, Abelish has been rolled, he's been dismasted, and we don't know about, or Gregor, and we don't know about Abelish. And then it started coming for me, you know, and yeah, it started really coming. And really in the beginning,
What was the worst moment?
well, straight at the beginning, when the wind comes, it got really quickly up to 60 knots or something, and I always put left sail up, because in the storm before with 50 knots winds, I put no sails. I tried one time no sails. I was talking to you about that actually. I had no sails, but then I thought I'm going to run it with the storm jib, just the storm jib on a pole up there, and then a wave crashes into the back of the boat, and it breaks the back door, and the boat is above the chart table, the water. Because when the wave came in, the boat went like this on its side, and the water just, you know, just came in and came in and came in, and the boat was heading over to this side, and it was till the ceiling on this side, till about here, like this, you know, and yeah, that was a pretty. Because then it was still 12 hours for me of that storm still to come, you know, and this was only at the first hour, you know, so I was like, shit, you know, how's he going to do this? And yes, and then so I pumped, and I had the electric pumps on. I still pumped for 1 hour and 2 electric build pump till I got it empty, and in the meantime, that 1 hour, I had the priorities first, you know, the wind vane was broken. The lines were broken, so the boat was not steering. So the boat was side on, or actually still trying to sail, but it was actually going a bit like this, you know. But every now and then it would go like this, and I hit the sail flip hard, you know, and the boat just go, and then it would go back, so then I fixed the wind vane, and then I got to put a new line in, and putting a new line in the marina is not a nice job to do. But I can tell you that I got to hang over the back, put a little line in first, and then pull the big one in, you know, through the pipe. And then waves are coming. And well, actually, first I start hand steering. So I put from this winch to that winch, and from that winch to that winch, and to the back, I put lines across the cockpit. Because I thought, you know, then there's a line here and there's a line here. You know, and I just go steering. I will hand steer through this storm, you know, and I will go hand steering. But it was dark and at night, and the waves were coming, and I was not doing a good job with hand steering, you know. It was really hard, you know. So then I thought,
Yes, the rudder is really hard.
It's really hard to steer, you know. Maybe in daylight, and you can look and you can do it, but after 1 hour, but then I got a massive knockdown. A big knockdown, and up to maybe 120 degrees, and I got thrown out of the boat on the side, and I hang on the side, and then the boat comes back, and I just got to go like a catapult back into the boat, thrown onto the bottom of the cockpit, really hard with my back, you know. And then I thought I'm going to fix the wind vane now, and because the wind vane is much better to do. Would do a much better job than me, you know. And I put the wind vane up, and it actually went fine. 10 hours, it went fine, you know. I went outside. I just thought I'm going to be active. I'm going to go outside every 10 minutes, just check if everything is good. Put my head outside, just step up here, have a look, go inside, and every 10 minutes and close everything again. Or actually, I lift the door in. I just climb over it a little bit, and I hang around, kind of like this and like this. Twice this one got loose, so it's good that I did that. You know, it was good to then I thought maybe it's good I start doing a pray, you know, and that's what I did at the beginning. And I thought, oh, this praying really works because I got thrown over and thrown back in, you know. So but that was really one of the scarier moments, I think, you know, of this trip. And after that, it never got as worse, you know. It never got as worse, and I had a really great ride. The Pacific was really good. I had a really great time across the Pacific. It was fast sailing. From about halfway, I started really having 30 to 35 knots day in, day out. You know, it was just great. You know, 3 reefs and stay sail up, and just doing 7.5 knots, something like that all the time. You know, it was really good. Yeah.
And in light wind, did you row sometime? Where are your
Yeah. Well, I did not. I rowed.
Where are they?
They're the inside.
They are inside.
Yeah, but I rowed not as much as I thought I would, but I did row maybe 2 days all up. I did in the doldrums going south. I did south of New Zealand. I did for 12 hours.
12 hours?
Yeah, 12 hours per day, and I did 2 days, 12 hours.
Oh, in 2 days. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Not
No.
12
12 hours a day. So I rowed 2
12
hours.
hours a day.
I rowed 2 hours. I use the engine 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
That's why I still have now too much diesel. 30 liters still.
Yes, but when I arrive, I have nothing.
Yes, but I was really thinking that I was going to be with light winds in the South Atlantic, you know. But yes, because that's where I got stuck the last time, you know. I got stuck there for a long time in the South Atlantic, like Oku, I think. He got stuck for a few days, but I just sailed all the way till south of the Azores. That's why I only motored 18 hours, and I did a bit of rowing, but I thought, oh, I don't know, I still have diesel, so I might as well. So I rowed maybe 4 hours and then got sick of it. And I noticed that in the beginning I was a lot fitter. So it started going shorter and shorter. I don't know if I would take them again. It's a lot of room in the boat, yes. And it's not really. But you don't know, you know. It could have also been different and a lot more calms and a lot more, you know. But you never know.
In the first running club, I take that, but I was younger, and after that, I don't take that.
Yeah, it's a lot of room and in the boat. It's a lot of weight, and I think you better take some more extra food, you know.
When I they were in carbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Better, yeah.
Okay. We might let some of the other media have a go, eh? They might want to ask some questions.
Hi.
I also have this one. I don't know.
That's ours.
He's going on stage after or what?
No, tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning stage and a press conference at 11 o'clock, so you can keep some of your stories for...
Yeah, sure. Got everything now.
You think you have some stories?
Yeah.
I might move down this way.
We zitten nog van het festival te kijken nu.
Ja.
Wat wil je tegen zeggen in Nederland? In het Nederlands.
Nou, onwijs bedankt voor het volgen. En ik hoorde regelmatig alle likes en dingen en berichten. Heb ik heel veel geholpen. En dat heeft me onwijs geholpen. En onwijs veel er doorheen geslagen. En het motiveerde me onwijs in ieder geval. Dus dat is zeker weten waar. Onwijs bedankt.
Ja, dat is wel heel gaaf om te horen, want dat we ook Nederlands, ja. Dit is Frida, hoi, mooi Mark. Heel gaaf je eindelijk te ontmoeten en ik wil jou als allereerst feliciteren met echt een fantastische prestatie, want ja, het is ongelooflijk. En mijn vraag was ook of je een idee hebt wat je hebt losgemaakt in de Nederlandse zeilwereld, want ja, iedereen is er denk ik met jouw race naar bed gegaan en mee opgestaan en heeft zich enorm met je meegeleefd. En heb je daar enig idee van?
Nee, niet heel erg idee van hoeveel het gevolg was. Karen hielp me, hij stuurde wel regelmatig de reacties van mensen op berichten. En dat vond ik echt onwijs gaaf. Dat nam ik ook op de GoPro, daar ging ik weer naluisteren. Maar nee, ik heb niet echt hoeveel het gevolgd is en hoe het gedaan is. Ja.
Not alone in Holland, also in the whole running.
Great.
Tijd voor een biertje, Mark?
Ja, zou wel goed zijn, ja.
Jullie zullen er een paar doen.
Misschien 30 of zo.
Ja, tijd voor een feestje, hè? Time to party.
Oh, ik weet niet van wie deze was.
John Luke and stuff.
Yeah, sure. Maybe you want to come on the boat?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know who this was, but
Jane. Come up here. We need.